Man. That one there hurt. I'm not even gonna lie, and it hurt because of the fact of I find myself at that stage now where I'm becoming a bit emotionalist. Like it's a feeling of emptiness. As I said, as much as I hate to say it, winning and losing and them things there comes with the game, in it, people. It is where it is. You can't win all the time. Granted, we're not one of the best sides in Europe and all of those sort of things, people. So losing, it can happen. But again, it's how you lose. It's the way you lose. You get it? It's them things there. And we're shooting ourselves in the foot time and time again. Now, for me, in the last 3 games, I'll start with what I see from the manager. Today, I think today, in relation to I wouldn't say it's necessarily a tactic thing today. I wouldn't say it's a tactic thing necessarily today, but I guess tactics play a part. Again, we don't look like a team that for all the money spent and whatnot. If you play half a decent defensive unit, as we said at the start, you're gonna have half a chance. We can't break them down. We've got no movement consistently. We've got no bodies, and we need to be a goal down or 10 minutes to go to we really start to up it. Our finishing. These young players are outperforming their expected goals. Saka is not a goal scorer. He's learning the art of scoring out there. Smith Rowe the same. Fraser Forster, very good goalie. I think two truths can be held in the same realm in that. He's making great saves, but bro, we're barely shooting. And when we are, they're fully at him. Smith Rowe's missed kick. Saka shots are straight at him. These shots that you expect your keeper to make these saves. Take nothing away from Foster. But we can't break down low blocks. There's a lack of movement. In the summer and January, we signed up for performances like this. The 2 players that have come in Tavares and Lokonga, I don't think anyone was amazing today, but no one can get onto them. I wouldn't say Eddie Nketiah was amazing, but I don't think anyone can get onto him. It doesn't matter when we had a Bamian, when we've got Eddie there, when we've got Laka. We know we need a striker, but I don't see it as simple as we're not creating chances to the point where we can sit there and say a striker that fits this system scores goals. We don't create, and with the lack of personnel and the decisions in terms of incomings and outgoings, our naivety in the transfer market has been a consequence. I don't understand what's going on. This is the 2nd game in a row. Cedric is taking set pieces. Now, you've worked on that on the training ground, but what's going on? None of it, what I saw today was making sense. I did initially, Martinelli and Saka, I did think they looked bright. I did see little things from Saka and Tavares. I did like that sort of angle, but we just lack ruthlessness. If we start games well, we don't end them well, or we're a mixed bag. I think we do this thing, and you can go back to the home games at Norwich and Newcastle in that when it goes well, we start well, we win our battles, and then we get complacent and think we've arrived. Even when before we was a goal down, we were sat there, and it's not that we're playing bad, but Southampton are not nervous. Again, a team that's conceded 6 goals, you need to immediately make their fans nervous. Get onto them. Start having centre-backs and keepers and full-backs start tearing into each other. We're letting them get confidence. Fraser Forster's doing his thing. We're not putting them under any sort of pressure. Yeah, the ref, I don't know how he's not got his book out and carded a lot more people, but anytime we play a low block, we struggle. There's a lack of all the things I've said. And, for me, anytime you buck a manager that's worth their weight in gold, like, Vieira's getting his ratings now, I'm forcing it, but Vieira's getting his ratings, Graham Potter, and obviously Hasenhuttl, you've struggled. We all knew what was going to happen, seeing them concede 6 goals last week, knowing the fact, and bearing in mind they conceded about 3-4 in the first 20 minutes, which is why you should start fast. We knew they were going to have a reaction. We knew they were going to, like Brighton did. This is another team that sat there and probably said our season starts next week. It won't surprise me if they embarrassed themselves the week before. We struggle against teams that play a back three. We got played off the park. They're managing the game well. We're not asking the questions for any refs. We're struggling with dark arts. It's the same old thing of Saka coming off that flank and taking some half-hearted shots. Occasionally, someone else will take the mantelpiece, but it's ridiculous. For the players, some of you can't fight, won't fight, don't know how to fight. All of you are bottlers. It's as simple as that. You've not turned up. What was the point? Where was this reaction you spoke about in the Eve to Brighton? Where was the reaction in Southampton? You know United are playing Norwich. They probably will win and probably have won. You knew Spurs. You're chasing the pack, and Brighton. I thought Brighton would have lost. To be fair, they done you a favor. Forget all of that. That you've dropped 6 points from a possible 6. Now 9, no points from the possible 9. You've got to go Stamford Bridge. You have to play United. Let's have it right. We've seen us take points off these sides and win of recent before. And out of all the top teams, we probably do better against them too. But our record against the top 4, top 6 is atrocious and has been. So you're betting on a lot. And most importantly, you're letting yourselves down. You lot don't deserve Champions League football, but you lot should want to play in it. Forget the fans, forget the club, forget the manager. You lot should be ashamed. You've thrown it away. It's another game before you can praise Southampton and take nothing away from them. Game management, worked for each other, scored the goal, showed some street smartness, managed the game well. You're letting yourselves down. We're playing at one pace. Yeah, at times we might up it a bit, but it's at one pace. I'm tired. We're having about 3-4 shots to the point where we can remember Saka's had about 2, Smith-Rowe's had 1. I think Tavares has had 1, Pepe's had 1. Xhaka and Odegaard are hitting them wide. We're not creating or having any shots on target, and we're doing very little. Like, we're all not doing well enough. Like, it's another away game you buckled, and it's why us fans sit there in August, or I definitely sit here in August on YouTube and say, Brighton home and away, Crystal Palace home and away, Southampton home and away. It firmly is the fixture calendar list from hell, and it has been. My confidence is on the floor. I hope there's a miracle. I hope this team somehow turns it around. And this is all in a grand scheme of things to make the Amazon documentary look wavy. And we do a thing at Stamford Bridge and we do a thing at United. But it's peak. Like, if you don't play like this, might as well write off. The players that are going to be here next season might as well play. And others might as well not. Again, no one was amazing, but I can't sit here and I don't want to hear nothing about how meaty Tavares or Lokonga was, because they're probably 2 of the better players on the pitch. I love Martin Odegaard. I demanded a reaction. Never saw that today. Cedric weren't a poor. No one was bad today, but experienced players never turned up. Ben White poor today for me. Ran ragged by Broya. Not because he was a shambles, just doing the wrong things. Gabriel did what he could. Tavares, better performance. Lokonga, better performance. But generally, it's a madness that we're having to chase the game and do mad things half the time. We're ending the game. Saka right wing. Xhaka moving over there. We're not doing anything. We don't have enough supporting bodies going forward. We have a lack of. There's not one. It's not just one reason as to why we're in the way we are. In my opinion, it's a cocktail. It's the mentality of everyone connected to the club. Clearly, when the pressure's on, isn't good enough. Players are crumbling. Managers' tactics not necessarily related to the day, but bewildering. Just a mixed bag. You're inconsistent. You're hot and cold. And pardon me. Why all the talkers have been around top four, and even in his press conference, Arteta said we don't want to look at top 4, we want to look at 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Forget all of that if you can't do this. Forget all of that if you can't turn up game to game. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of I know the talks around top 4 and top 6 would have been the goal at Arsenal, with top 4 the utopia. Why do people talk like top 5 is an assurance, like Arsenal are sure place to finish 5th? Because last time I checked, everything is debatable. As we were saying, you lot have crumbled, good, bad, and the ugly. There's been no reaction. It's gone now. It's gone already. Like, I didn't believe in us anyways because of the personnel, sadly. I don't believe in the inconsistencies. I know we're betting on a lot of young players, and they're starting to show their age. We've got no talisman. We didn't do what we was doing in January. And to be honest, I gave up long before this. Like, once I saw Kieran Tierney's gone, that was it. Tomiyasu's gone, Partey's gone, and we know injuries are part and parcel of the thing. But there's no excuse for it to nosedive. The players are one thing in experience, but the technical director, the manager are another, and then the owner of the company. Because you could foresee this. You could foresee that we're relying on certain players' bit of form, young players doing what they want. It's not sustainable throughout the course of the season. Even the most consistent players in this league. Mo Salah ain't scored in the Prem in a hot sec. He's still the top goal scorer. What does that tell you? There was even a second in La Liga, despite being the top goal scorer away from home. Ronaldo didn't score for a hot minute. My point is to say there's periods of where other people need to do it and not. And it's naiveties, man. It's naiveties. And with specifically Mikel Arteta, and it's more so thoughts on the 3 games in total. You've had a season and a half, 2 seasons and a half if you include this and what happens at the end of this. Some of these things I shouldn't be seeing, at half time. A team that shipped 6 goals, against Chelsea has had 7 shots to your 4. Both of you have had 2 on target. They've had 5 corners. So we can't defend well. We don't attack well. What's going to happen? It don't make sense. And then I don't even know the end of the game stats. Let's see what it ended with. Fair enough. In the second half, 23 shots, 6 on target. They've had 9 and then 3. 9 shots, 3 on target. They've had 8 corners. We've had 8 corners to their 6, but a lot of it is glossing over in the second half. A lot of people are saying we're up in the pressure. You shouldn't have to go down to do that. I asked you lot not to do that against Brighton. I said you can't do that today. I said you asked me for my predictions. I said 1-0 Arsenal. So I said this to you as well. We're going to struggle to score goals today. I couldn't see much goals for either team. Unfortunately, I've got the scoreline right, but for the wrong team. Credit to Southampton. I have to give credit. Reacted well. Saw us as easy fry and did that. Worked hard. I think we were very one pace, but worked hard. Were difficult to break down. Time waste and done all them little things and killed our fluidity. I wouldn't say we banged on the door, but when it kind of was a case, we're going to start upping it and they have to be 11 men in their own half. They did that. Did what they needed to do. It's another day, it was Anderson against Palace. It was Dunk against Brighton. Bednarak has made the difference. Another centre-back. And it doesn't matter what other teams are doing if you don't take advantage. So, yeah, man. And I don't like to do all this I'm right stuff, but it's a sobering reality for some of you that were in dreamland, and you a lot of you got onto me for even considering these things. Where do we go from here? Nowhere, bro. That's it. Just finish the season as strong as you can. And then, yeah, man, buy what you need to buy in the summer. We can't give up none of this, because you can tell me, the thing is, you players, the gaffer, everyone you can say the right thing, say the right buzzwords, but the thing is, you can't fool people all the time. When the pressure's on and you need to stand up to be counted, the best talking is done on the field. When I'm seeing certain men take free kicks, when I'm seeing a lack of chances, when I'm seeing really just the young players, Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe off the bench weren't amazing today, but where the experienced dons, Eddie and Nketiah leaving, Tavares not really good enough, Lokonga, Meady, really, these guys were better than bare man. So what's going on? What are we doing? And again, it's not just the manager, it's not just a single player. We're all in this together, and boy, it's the feeling of regret. Some of you will never play Champions League football. Some of you will never play Champions League football if you're here. It's going to get to the point some of you will have to leave because you will not reach your full potential. You lot you've all played a part in this. The feeling of regret, watch, because when May comes and you speak to your colleagues elsewhere and they're winning, boy, you lot are going up and down the country, You lot are going up and down the country and getting rubbed out. Boy. Crumbling, man. Crumbling. What more can you say, man? That's that. That is fully that, really. Like, credit to Southampton. You, man, say. Us, man, myth. Don't think. This is just the one goal this time, innit? But, it's not just January. It's just naive options, man. We've been very flat and look like a team that's lacked ideas for a very long time, because we have. Even when we was in form, their keeper was amazing. I disagree, he was good, but we're shooting straight at, man. Like, boy, if you're taking 2 shots, if you're taking 2 shots, 3 shots, and they're straight at him, come on, man. Smith Rowe's missed kicking it, Saka's back. There's one in the first half. It's a great save, but it's straight at him. The other one from Saka is straight at him. Like, these things are straight at him. You'd expect a keeper to save these. 2 truths can live in the same realm. Take nothing away from Fraser Foster, but bro, man, are shooting straight at him. You're not working the keeper. At no point did we put them under sustained pressure. Shout out to them, because they, it's 6th time lucky. They failed to win in 5. Big up to you lot, Southampton, because you deserved it. As I said, I have no problem praising other teams and things, but it's how you lose. We cheated ourselves. We've got no one to blame but ourselves. The fastest I saw a bunch of numbers is when the water break thing comes. Do you know how many committed bodies flew forward for a bottle of water? None of you ran around. Who really deserves water? And again, look how I'm sounding. Boy, Sell this, we go again. We have to react on Wednesday. Blah 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 blah. And all of that's true. It is what it is, but it's a myth, man. This is it. But we don't hit teams on the break. We don't do this. It's what it is. Crazy, man. Saints, Seagulls, Eagles, trust. We knew we was. Games in hand, January window. It's everything, man. The January windows played a part. Over reliance on young players. Naiveties, man. Oh, man are living in Disney Channel. It is the game. This is why win, lose, and draw is part of the game. But you know, if we won, I'd be sitting here waffling. So we have to talk about the realness. And boy, that's that where the Prem's concerned, in my opinion. Whoa, look at here. Ronaldo treble seals Man United win, Arsenal lose again. Fuck you know. Wednesday again. Wednesday at the bridge should be fun, eh? And with that, Arsenal have a game in hand on Man United and Spurs. But we're level on points with United, with one win in the last four. Man United have Liverpool on Tuesday, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. Spurs obviously lost today, but prior to that had 4 wins. So again, when you take your points, you have a level to fall upon. And to be fair, even boy, it's peak. And then obviously look at the goal difference. They got Cristiano Ronaldo. He packed. Obviously, United can't really keep them out, but pardon me, he's going to help them with goal difference. Oh, we both got +8. Spurs are +18. Them man are gone in that. So boy, I say the target is just to focus on Europa League. And even boy, even West Ham United, even though they've got played the same amount of games as United, got a game in hand. Well, played Spurs United and West Ham United have played the same games. They win. There's problems. Even Wolves and West Ham United pattern this week. Both of them have Burnley. How's that work? Wolves must have played. They got Wolves on the Sunday. Okay, but yeah, if they both pattern them games, it's peak. Where? Exactly the manner of defeat. Where, man? What I do want I just want to know what people have to say, man. I just want to know. I just want to know. I just want to hear Arteta. There's games like this. It's that riding high in April shot